What's up, and welcome back to the Scuff Test Podcast for episode number 261. There's a wonder. I'm very tired. I slept like shit.
Why?
I don't know, man. I just
Why
like
would you
could
do
not
such a thing?
fall asleep. As per usual. But like, knowing I had to get up for the podcast, I didn't fall asleep until like noon.
Ew.
And it is currently 5:30. I was up at like 3:30. I'm not having a good time today.
Leash.
But hey, we're down to 38 hours, I guess.
For now.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna like go gambling tonight and come back and ruin my life.
Probably not. I just have a fire meeting tonight. That's it. And then I'm coming home.
Doesn't the fire meeting take place like at the bar where you can... Sometimes you go to the bar in the town and to eat during the meeting.
No, we never.
I
never
swear
have
that
our
was the
meeting.
thing you did.
No, because we talk about official business and stuff. We can't have it in a public place, technically.
We talk about official business as a... Something seems fishy there. You can't talk about it in front of the public
Well, I mean,
when it's a
The
publicly
public
funded
is-
thing. I think that's not okay.
the public
I think
is
if I want
free
to be in...
come-
Okay. There you go.
The public is free to come into the fire hall and listen in
Gotcha.
if they want to. But they have to, let us know that they're going to be there. They can't just waltz in, It's not like a town hall meeting. Because there's times where we're talking about the fire department's budgets and the account numbers that are involved with it, so we can't really disclose that information. We can tell you how much is in the accounts and stuff like that.
Right.
But anyway, we can't have it. Plus, we can't have belligerent people that have been drinking in the bar, screaming and yelling over. We have to actually. It is actually like a town hall meeting, basically.
Yeah.
And we propose things.
Can't believe they'd trust you with the budget. I don't trust you to know 2 + 2.
I'm not technically in charge of the budget. I just vote on things that.
I wouldn't even let you vote.
I can bring up a proposition like, "Hey, I propose that we should increase our funds to our fireworks show next year," and then if I get a second, then it goes to a vote. The chief will be like, I have a proposition, I have a second, all in favor, and if everybody agrees, disagree, whatever. And then and then we have a person that's keeping track of all this stuff on a computer. It's all laid out throughout everything we've talked about, old business, new business. It's basically like sitting in on a town hall meeting.
Bro, you are old business.
When it comes to the fire department, I'm new business. I bring in the new ideas.
That's so not good. I don't trust your ideas.
We've done pretty good. Between Cody and I. Cody's really good at soliciting tips, let's just say. Soliciting donations. I wouldn't put it that way. Basically,
What do you mean by that?
he is known by a very vast amount of people. Everybody knows him. And he's very charismatic and everybody likes him and thinks he's a great person. So he joins the fire department. And when we do stuff like the boot drive or something, we go out and talk to people like, "Hey, we're needing donations so we can get new equipment and blah, 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 And people know him. They're like, "Oh, yeah, we'll donate to you, It's not just a strange face that you're donating to. It's a familiar face, So he does really well on tips and donations.
God damn it.
Like, he had one guy this year walk right up to him and go, "Oh, here's a $3,000 check."
Oh.
It was a banker, so we will take it because that's our lifeline is donations. So
all right, man. Philly fans are insane. An Eagles fan was subway surfing after winning the Super Bowl. He's literally on top of the subway cars.
Oh.
Philly fans are something else, man. I saw a thing. It was like I watched. There was a bunch of like cops in like full like riot gear and shit. And these Eagles fans lined up and ran a tush push against the line of cops. It's like, and I was supposed to root for the Chiefs. How the fuck this work? Philly fans are so stupid. I love it.
All right. Well, since I know Jedi is probably gonna watch this, congratulations on your Eagles victory. God damn you. But I'm just glad they beat the Chiefs. So there's that. But I'd be lying if I said I watched the Super Bowl.
You didn't watch?
I did not.
What the fuck?
I went to game night and played D&D instead. Much better.
I would agree. I only partially agree. D&D is better. I don't know if that D&D is better.
Football does not compare to D&D whatsoever. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, man. I think it just depends on the D&D.
I think I'll depend on you. Giggity.
I gotta play D&D in like an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
No. Well.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna beat Darnath. I don't know.
You goddamn fucker.
I gotta continue. Dude, it's so funny. So this game, my character is incredible. I don't know how this ended up becoming what it was. So Miller, like we had talked about me joining his D&D game for a while. He's like, I'm running a one shot though that's set like 100 years in the past. Come play in that. Because, you know, kind of get a feel of how the group dynamic goes and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So I play in this one shot. I create Tarnath. He's like the shadow sorcerer, and then like his entire background is like he's shadow touched. He like looks evil. It looks like he's a soulless husk almost. Like, you know, the solid black eyes, the like skin is cold to the touch. He like doesn't breathe. If you were to like check his pulse, his heart doesn't beat regularly. Like it is really slowed. Like there's whatever. So that game happens, you know, him and every other character in that one shot was in D&D prison for some reason. But we kind of left Tarnath as like, you're not 100% sure why. You're just kind of here. It's like, huh, that's all right. That's fine. So, you know, we go through, we're sent to go kill this princess. Yeah, go kill the princess, not save the princess. And then we all kind of decide, well, this is fucking stupid. Let's join their little rebellion thing. They let us out of the prison. Why would we do our job and go back? You know, let's just stay out here. Let's join them. Right? Like, I feel like that works. You know, we go have the big battle with the supposedly big bad evil guy. Everyone except Tarnath dies. He falls in love with an NPC. All sorts of stuff. And it was funny because Miller's like, why? She like said 4 words to you, and I'm like, yeah. But both in character and so far in the game tonight, after like describing the character, she's the only person who's been nice to him.
Oh.
Like ever. He's like, you know what? That tracks. It's like, yeah. Then we started talking about when I would join the game. And I'm like, yo, thoughts. He's a half-elf. He could still be alive. What if he just joins the rest of the group because he knew Dino, who's Miller's DM PC? It's like, he knew him. He already helped him fight the big bad evil guy once. They've like... And then it led to me and Miller having to figure out the entire backstory of like everything that happened back in the past, you know, with Dino and Tarnath and all of the other characters, and then going to the future. And then that got retconned later because we figured out a better story with it, but it worked. Turns out Tarnath used to work for the big bad evil guy that we fought in that one shot. And by work for him, like he was the right hand man. Absolute like maniac. Murdered so many people. So many people.
Murder.
We created it as a joke last week where he walked up to this soldier who was dying, and the soldier was like, "Are you the Grim Reaper?" And for whatever reason, I immediately just go, "Man, nobody has called me that in a really long time."
Oh, God.
So much murder. But one of the other player characters in that game, like, hates the idea that we have to kill all of the bad guys. She wants to try to, you know, make them not evil and have them join our side. My character is very much, they die. That's it. Doesn't matter.
You no longer live.
They surrendered their right to this life when they got the fuck in my way. So the character my character fell in love with died.
Oh, well.
My character made a deal with a god. He would kill the big bad evil guy and another god. And so this god is Mistra. And instead of having to worship Mistra to be able to get into Mistra's library later, he made this deal. He kills the god. He gets to reunite with his dead wife. So genuinely, he doesn't care. If you get in his way, you die. You are not important. You are not significant. You just die.
That's wild.
Yeah. Like, it's fun playing the good guy who's, like, not entirely. Like, it is entirely he's a good guy, but he's not a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy, but he'll steal your soul if you
Instead
get in his
of,
way.
like, he's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy. It's like, no, he's a good guy. For some reason, people think he's a hero, and it's like, do you know what I just did to that dude?
Right.
I killed one of so there's the god and the big bad, and then there's all these lieutenants that we have to kill or we have to defeat to move forward. We've had to kill 2 of them so far. One of them turned out to be my half-brother.
Oh, well.
I turned him to ash. And then I turned the next guy to ash, too. Really
the world's not big enough for the 2 of us.
Didn't know I had a brother, ever. That was fun. That was a fun thing to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we had a 6-hour session that was just role play discussing the killing all of our enemies thing, and like the working for the gods. It is the most fun role play group I've ever been a part of. Mostly because like our old group never really took time to role play. It was like 90% combat all the time. You know, like the real life group.
Right.
If that's changed since I left, I hate them all. Hope they die.
I mean, there honestly has not been much combat in this session that we. So basically, this session that we're doing now, Dan's DMing, and it's basically it's like the Grim spell, but it's like way in the future after the heroes have won or whatever.
Oh,
Apparently
so
the heroes won.
he did what I did with Caldori.
Pretty much.
Interesting.
Yes. So it's been a long time, and basically Heath is playing a character that's a descendant from
Juravan? No,
Juravan.
not Juravan. What was Heath's character?
This
Gerhard. They were the same fucking
Gerhard.
name.
Yeah. So
what's up, Grayson? What's up, Jedi?
Yeah. So they're part of the House of the Gold Dragon or whatever. And then you got
the Order of the Golden Wolves? Or
the
Heath's house. Yeah, because he turned into a gold dragon. I forgot about that.
Yep.
What a weird game.
I know. You think that's weird? Just wait.
Is Aramel still alive in this universe too?
Probably. Well, I don't know. It's been a long time. Like, well, he could still be. I think it's been
like 500 years. It's like, yeah, he'd be like midlife crisising, but he's around.
I think it's only been like a couple hundred years or something like that. But basically, not the to be a paladin and a knight or whatever used to be like a really hard thing to achieve.
Yeah.
And basically, since there hasn't been much for big bad evil things going on in the universe, it's kind of gotten lackadaisical and kind of just anybody becomes, not just anybody, but like it's a lot easier to become a knight and a paladin and a paladin knight and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
or but anyway, um so we kind of started off at we're real young and stuff like that, so I think I'm only like 20, 21 years old or so. And my backstory was I gave Dan my backstory, which was actually kind of a cool backstory where I um, grew up in Dragonspine and really never really knew who my parents were. I was an orphan, and then um, uh, I kind of had as I was growing up, there was this girl that I kind of grew up with, and I turned out to marry her when I was 16, and she turned out to be um, a daughter to one of the houses, the House of the Rose, or the Red Rose. Um, and so, anyway, married to her happily. I thought everything was golden and good to go. Didn't know anything was wrong with her or anything else until one night I wake up to a blade that's in my, it's being slowly stuck into my throat. And my wife like straddled over the top of me, just driving a dagger into my throat, and
Damn, bro. What did you do?
an attempt to kill me. And so basically, she did
Bro left
that.
the toilet seat up one too many times.
I guess. So I did that, and so I just kind of laid there dying, and you know, kind of passed out and because of blood loss, and probably should have died. But for some reason, I somehow was able to survive, and so now I have this scar on my throat, and I don't really have a very good voice. Like I can't really talk that well. Like I can talk, but it's just a real graspy, low pitched voice that you know. And so I kind of fled the city, allowing her to think that I had been killed or whatever for a little while. And once I was healed up and stuff, began to dig into why she would have possibly tried to do this. Well, I found out that she had, of course, another lover that turned out to be part of this like underground organized crime group that I'd heard of, but really, didn't really put much thought to. I wasn't really a knight or anything like that, or even really a fighter too much. I fought a little bit, just bar fights or something like that, maybe young kid doing whatever. And um, I mean, I guess I was part for a little, like when I, when we got married or whatever, her father kind of forced me to go into the military or be a soldier and be a guard for the city for Dragonspine, basically, in order for me to be with his daughter. And but anyway, I dug into her background. I found out that she was in cahoots with this crime organization that's called the Black Dagger. And you can kind of tell some of these Black Dagger guys will have like a tattoo on their forearm of a Black Dagger, obviously. But some
Wow.
other people, have them not displayed, you know. Um, but anyway, um, continue on. I end up finding out who my still wife, because we, obviously weren't divorced technically. They all figured out that I was still alive, and figured out who she was going with. And turns out that this guy is one of the like head leaders of this Black Dagger organization. So I ended up finding him, apprehending him, and was able to prove that he was part of this organization, and it was had him like publicly executed. And because of this, the king rewarded me with for with my actions to become a knight, and so that's how I became a knight. And then I kind of fled after that because I didn't really want anything to do with my wife, and I didn't attempt to turn her in because she was part of a very powerful house. I was a nobody, married to the daughter of the leader of the Red Rose, and so I ran from it for a really long time. Well, my wife has a couple of cousins that I end up running into later on, and he tries to bring me in, like arrest me and bring me back to. Basically, he went and got a warrant for my arrest based on stupid ass, obvious, dumb charges, just to get me back to Dragonspine so that they could try to, you know, I don't know, either execute me or try to kill me in some way, shape, or form, or whatever. But either way, my wife did not want me alive, um, at all. And I didn't know why I was such. I thought, by me being away, they would just kind of forget about me because I'm not really, other than the fact that I'm still married to her, so she couldn't remarry. So that's what I thought they wanted me to go back there for. So they come, I have like a little trial or whatever, but because um, um, uh, Arminius, which is Heath's character, he's the descendant or whatever, came with me and has a house there, obviously. I was able to get some backing to make sure that I wasn't just killed in prison and stuff like that. So I had a hearing, and the king basically wanted us to settle our differences and wanted me to, and then basically, in order for me to be left alone, quote unquote, I would have to divorce Lucian, which is the father of my wife, wanted me to divorce her. So I went ahead and finalized it. I was like, okay, cool. We're done here. Nothing to worry about. I can go back to trying to, uproot this Black Dagger crime organization under the table, without worrying about my wife trying to murder me. So I thought that was why she wanted. But when I signed it, she was like obviously pissed off and was like, "This is bullshit," he should be killed and blah 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 and all this other stuff. And I'm like, well, why is she so up in arms about it? So then I started getting, digging in deeper about it, and found out that there's something about me that being alive that it was a problem for the Red Rose.
You are related to
And
Jerovan.
no,
Zan.
that's what I started thinking. I thought I was related to Juravon. And
Yeah.
the House of the Red Rose and Heath's, the Golden Dragons, are like on the brink of war with each other. Like they're right there right now. They're kind of proxy warring a little bit. They're not getting along. They're kind of having a little bit of a power grab between each other. But there's like war is imminent because of this. And supposedly Heath's character Arminius is supposed to be like the one that um, is supposed to bring peace, stuff like that. He's basically Anakin in our realm.
I brought
Um,
peace. I'm sorry.
but anyway, so I started digging in deeper. Well, anyway, I so my wife kept sending her goonies after me to try and kill me, and time after time after time, they would fail, they would die, or I would send them back, and finally she was like, "We need to have a meeting. You know, we need to have a meeting." Stuff like that. Well, I knew it was going to be a trap, so because it was like her, the only way she would meet is like on her
Ayon.
terms, basically. So I was like, all right, well, if I get a whole bunch of people with me, via Heath's character and then all the other guys that are playing too came with, and then so I had some like eyes and some muscle with me. So obviously, go in there, have this meeting, and they're, you know, basically all it did was like confirm that there was something that I didn't know about myself. And the only thing I could think about was, I was an orphan. I don't know who my true like parents were.
Yeah.
And so after that meeting, we were able to make it out of there alive. So basically she was trying to set me up to make it look like I was trying to harm her. I didn't fall for the trap. Like she was basically trying to get me to try and harm her or her men in any way, shape, or form, and then try to report it as, you know, I was aggressive towards the daughter of the Red Rose, and I didn't fall for it. I just had everybody back out of the. I knew something was up. I said I got some research to do, so I started looking back into like histories and stuff. And I was like, all right, I know what orphanage I came from, so I went back, and the guy that ran the orphanage back when I was dropped off as a baby was still there, and I started asking questions, and he informed me that I kind of he was like, yes, I remember your mother and stuff like that when she dropped you off, and started giving me details about her and stuff like that, but still kind of had no idea who she was. Um, but anyway, we had a whole spiel about going down that rabbit hole trying to figure out who my mother was. Well, I finally figure out what her name is and where she went. So, I can't remember. I think it was, I don't know. She was in some other city, so it was kind of a larger city. So we decided to go there and found out that my mother was actually the original wife to Lucian, um, the leader of the Red Rose. Nobody knew that Lucian, when he was young, had already been married and was still technically married to the original wife, which would be my mother.
Well,
which is the thing that bothers me the most about the campaign. Technically, I was married to my sister. Not technically, I was married to my sister. We just had different fucking mothers,
that's
but the same father. I'm like,
I don't
damn
like
it, Dan. Why? Why do
yeah.
you have to be like? Why couldn't I be like?
Why?
You know,
Why does he have to be that way? Wonder. There's a reason I don't play in those games anymore. He's always been like that.
but
Every
but
time he can make it as weird as possible, he does.
but I can tell you where he's getting his inspiration from. He is
Game of
basically
Thrones.
just Game of Throning it. Yeah,
But
basically.
still, I don't care.
But anyway, find out that but that you know it's like the aha moment. You know,
You were
I I am because it was his original marriage and he was still married to my mother. I am the eldest child and of the true marriage and the only child, so I am the true heir to the House of the Red Rose. So that's why I'm such a threat to the whole, because the House of Red Rose is basically in cahoots with the Black Dagger because they've been infiltrated by the Black Dagger. So now my whole goal is, yes, I'm going to take over the House of the Red Rose and I'm going to rid the land of the Black Dagger, and peace will prosper between the Golden Dragon and the Red Rose once more. And so that's my plan. But we'll see. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at now.
I, yeah. Man, it sounded cool, and then I remembered why I don't play in those games, and I remember why I'm really happy to be in Miller's game instead.
Right. Yeah.
There's no shot I find out something like that about my wife.
Right. Like I get it. You're trying to follow kind of like a Game of Thrones theme, but like also,
What the fuck?
man, could we have like done something else? Like why'd it have to be like my, literally could have been married to anybody else. But no, I had to be my like stepsister or whatever.
No, that's your
my
half
real
sister. Yeah.
Half sister, yeah.
Yeah, actually, Geek, your wife is also your wife. Oh no. How bad is that?
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, yeah. So Heath and I, because we go to volleyball and stuff, but we were talking about it and stuff. And he's like, how do you feel about that one? I'm like,
not good.
not great about it, not gonna lie.
No,
Like,
Grayson, Galaxy's 42 messages behind in what she's replying to. She just doesn't
oh,
know how to click the reply button, so she just types and hopes you understand which message it was in reference to.
I have a wife.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't wait for Grayson to learn what happened last D&D session. Oh, I should actually message Caleb in reference to that.
Eh. I mean, the game was awesome and fun all the way up until that little, you know, little kink, should I say? Someone else's kink, maybe. I don't know. All I'm saying is, at least it wasn't like Game of Thrones, like, you know, willingly. Not that it makes it much better.
I was gonna say that. I feel like that makes it worse.
No, pretty sure willingly do it is worse.
Well, no, because I don't know. To me, having stuff about my character be forced by somebody who isn't me, you know my opinion on that.
Right.
I will never get over that. Especially since he was gonna have his plan. It was just gonna be with different people being the bad and good guy. Zari
Right.
was supposed to be what Terran was, and Terran was supposed to be what Zari was, and he forced it the other way just so he could be in control, and I hate it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, he's one of those DMs that it has to go the way he's like thought it out. Um or, he will literally manipulate everything to make it so that
Or he'll
it
just stop
happens
playing the
way he
game.
wants it to. Yeah.
That's why we'll never actually get the end to the game your current game is running off of later.
Mhm.
We'll never get the end of Terran.
Yeah.
Those are the two
Right.
big ones that he ran.
I was just sad that we like started a Star Wars game and then played one session and then he like didn't even show up to it and then kind of had Walt like sit in for him on that session for like a few hours and then we never played it and we went back to D&D. So I don't know. I miss
Oh,
Star Wars. I want to play Star Wars, but
when you next time you're at game night, because does Andy still call in and play?
yeah. Yep, he does.
You should talk to Andy. See if he wants to run a vampire game with me, you, and Anthony.
Oh. Yeah, we might have to do that. Yeah. I do like vampires.
Yeah. Because I know
Yeah.
Anthony wants to play vampire.
Yeah.
I know Andy
Yeah,
loves vampire. Could be
and
fun.
Anthony's kind of new on the whole.
Anthony played vampire before you did.
Did he?
We
Oh,
used to
okay.
go to Ty and Andy. So Anthony, Andy, Ty, and me used to run we had a game going for a few, like 8 months.
Huh.
We used to play at Ty's house in his basement.
Cool.
Would have been your senior year in high school when you still thought D&D was stupid.
Yeah.
I hadn't broke you
I
yet.
just didn't know what to think about it. I didn't really think it was stupid. I was just like, I don't know about.
Well, I couldn't get you to join. So
Well,
it was
yeah,
good
but
times.
also you couldn't get me to join Fortnite. You couldn't get me to join Star Wars. You couldn't, and here I am.
Yeah, welcome
Yeah.
to the Black Parade. What the fuck?
What?
I said welcome right as Welcome to the Black Parade started playing in my head. It was like, huh?
Deja vu. But
My father took
yeah,
me into the city to see a marching band.
that's crazy to think that I went to one D&D night,
And died.
and have been going. Yeah, I died my very first night. Spent all this time putting a lot of thought into this character. It's like, if I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna go all out. Gets fucking murdered the first session.
Hey man, so did I. Everybody except
You
like
died before I did, and I was like a level 3 character or 4.
yeah.
You were like what, a level 10?
Hey man, the dragon was really mad at me.
Yeah, and it kind of critted you, and you rolled like a 90 something on your crit.
No, it crit double outed me and just chomp.
Oh yeah, yeah, your head was gone. I remember that part. You became a headless person.
I was okay with it. I don't want to talk anymore about that character because of how gross Stan forced that character to be. I'll tell you that one later.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That one was bad.
but
That one was really, really bad.
yeah,
Not from that specific session, just that character and what happened.
yeah.
Like, worse than what is happening with your character by a lot.
Oh, fucking giggity.
Galaxy, what the fuck? What is happening? I don't. My chat is.
Your chat's on something today.
My chat is a place all time.
Yes, indeed.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah, went to D&D one time. Been going ever since.
Now me and Wonder almost don't play D&D together.
Yeah, well, that's gonna change here soon.
Yeah, my douchiest character of all time makes a return. It's so funny because like I have never like Aramel was cocky, but like in like the actual games, you're the only one who remembers this. But he wasn't actually that way in the game. Yeah, when I played him as technically a level 30 character for Caldori, yes, he was afraid of nothing.
Right.
Is that a surprise? He's basically a god at that point. But like,
thank you.
I didn't play Aramel that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most of my characters aren't completely cocky douchebags. Other than Astraeus has become that, and then Terran was forced to be that. Which really annoys me, because I didn't want that.
Yeah. I don't know. I just gotta try and get my Thren voice back, and that's gonna be a problem.
I gotta remember. My Astraeus voice might just be my Tarnath voice, and that's okay. I don't remember. I don't know did I even do a voice for Astraeus?
Kinda. It was just kind of the sophisticated voice.
Yeah, I don't know. He might not have that anymore. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta pay attention.
Well, and it kind of changed a lot too.
Yeah. Oh, it was supposed to be like a northern accent from Game of Thrones, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I just couldn't stick to it. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Grayson, off the top of my head, I'm not sure what that means. Like I know Welsh and British, but I don't know off the top of my head how I can just do that.
But yeah, I gotta kind of get the Nordish kind of slang that Thren had.
Yeah. I'm excited for that one.
Me too. I think I like a polearm master on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, because Eero fucking hated us. Like, it was my first time DMing, and these two fucking assholes. So yeah, that was us.
Yeah, he's like, this creature moves into attack. Oh,
I hit him.
Well, kinda. I hit him. Oh.
He moves away. No, he doesn't.
He moves
Sentinel.
away. No, he doesn't. Sentinel.
Dude,
fine. He attacks your buddy. Yeah. So that triggers my opportunity. That triggers my protection.
Everything's bad. It's like, what the fuck?
Like, I
I
can't
don't,
do anything.
I don't even know if that annoyed him as much as I played a Gloomstalker Ranger, like fighter, a set like rogue multi-class for a one shot he did, and he gave me like he was like. I asked him, I was like, magic items cool or no? He's like, yeah, just nothing too crazy. And I'm like, sweet. I want this uncommon cloak that makes it so I get advantage on stealth checks without any cover. He's like, yeah, cool, that's fine. Well, as part of a Gloomstalker, um, you can hide in shadow. So I kept playing it. My assassin character was just like standing there, would step out, fire an arrow, hit really hard, put her hood up and step back into some shadows and just actually disappear. It was he's like, this is fucking stupid. I can't even hit you. It's like, yes. It's like, I didn't even let you have a cool magic item. I was like, no, you let me have an okay magic item. And I made it really cool. He was like, it's just, he's like, how do you do that? It's just, I don't know. I find a cool way to use the thing. You got to find a cool way to use the thing. I can make anything useful. I'm about to force Miller to let me have a cloak of billowing in his D&D game. You know what it does?
Oh.
As a bonus action, I can make my cloak billow in the wind. It's dramatic effect. That's entirely it. I will still probably find something useful to do with it.
Oh, give me a second.
Don't do that.
Sorry, had to. Had to do it for Jedi.
No, I almost said cape, actually, but that's not the right thing. I want a cloak, not a cape.
I can't remember. I think so. Eero's having us pick an item or something like that we have obtained in our.
I don't think that's even close to Jedi.
Season.
I don't know, man. This turned into a D&D episode. I miss our Star Wars game. I just wanted to see which.
Hold on, I'm getting a phone call.
God damn it. Well, I'll go back to talking about the Star Wars game when he's back because it's important to have him around. This phone call better be important. I'll be upset. I'm going to be upset. I can already tell. That fucking Tubi commercial still grosses me out. The, like, cowboy hat thing. All you're saying is Ignis changed. True. True. What am I seeing? Apparently the Chargers, Saints, Steelers, and Browns are all getting new helmets. I don't know why the Browns would be getting new ones, but whatever. Don't ask me. I don't know. I don't understand it. This is the oh my god. Uh-oh. Is he back? Nope. He moved, but he's not back. It's all his fault. Mike Evans. I'm trying to look for uniform things, but I don't know if there's any good.
Okay, I'm back.
What the fuck?
It was Cody. He was calling me to let me know that he was going to be late to the meeting tonight.
Oh my god.
But and he had to remind me to grab his badge for him. Because I have his badge. Because he's going to Cheyenne tomorrow because they are voting on a bill, supposedly, that is supposed to cut funding for all fire departments in the state of Wyoming. So, yeah. none of us. So there's a whole shit ton of, you know, fire department members that are getting in their uniforms, and they're going to go down and protest this bill, basically. Um, hopefully does not pass, because that would be detrimental to very small fire departments in the state of Wyoming.
Yeah.
In my mind, I just don't understand why. Who does this benefit? Who
I'm
by
not
getting rid of
going to
funding,
talk
does
about this because
benefit?
I'm going to start yelling about things just
Yeah.
in general.
All I'm saying is,
But yes.
you get rid of fire departments. Say our little fire department goes away, every single home in this town, in the surrounding area, skyrockets in insurance costs, because they become high risk because you don't have a fire department within 5 miles of you.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, not very happy about this one.
Do they know Galaxy exists? Right? Jedi gets it. Arsonist.
But,
so the state of Wyoming. But I wanted to see, I'm going back to D&D because I'm going to start screaming and I don't want to. I really don't today. So
fair enough. I already screamed about it earlier today, so I feel okay. So.
Yeah. But I wanted to see whether I could convince your character to join Terran or not. My brain has forgotten your character's name for a second. I'll remember in a minute, but Star Wars.
Star Wars? Damon?
Damon Jax, that's right.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, it's gonna be kind of a spur of the moment kind of thing.
I know. I still just want to know how that was gonna play out. I don't know, man. If we ever would have gotten to the ending that I had like planned and wanted, because like the next thing Terran was gonna do was go kill the like guy who is running the Sith Empire currently.
True. Yeah.
Because I'm going to show up with the entire Sith Empire and say, you know, you have one chance. What decision are you all going to make? You could have just left me the fuck alone, man.
Right.
Genuinely. The one thing I do like about how that went, as much as it makes no sense for Andy's character to have done that, Zari would have never.
Mm-hmm.
It also does make a lot of sense because for whatever reason, in Star Wars, the Jedi always do some dumb shit that creates an enemy where there wasn't one.
Right.
Like, they just do the dumbest things possible all the time.
Right. Which, you know, in a way,
might be. Sorry.
I get that Andy was supposed to be the evil character or whatever.
Eventually. But then
eventually
they made it so he was the good guy. Purely.
Right.
Even though me and Andy both tried to still play our characters like his was trying to lean into it and mine was trying to be good.
Right. But I will say, in Dan's defense, it's a small defense, you clearly play a better evil person than the average person. So
I can play a good evil character.
You're just very natural when it comes to being an evil character.
I can play a good evil character. This is true.
So, in Dan's defense...
No, I know. I just wish I would have known that going into it because I wouldn't have made Terran.
Right.
Because, like, I've played him in Star Wars The Old Republic, and he is my, like, pure good guy. He is the beacon of hope. That is what he is supposed to be.
Right. So that's what you see him as, and, you know...
Whereas, if he would have told me he wanted me to be evil, I have evil characters I could have cooked up. And they would have been so
he
much
didn't even have to
better
say
at
that
it.
you were going to be evil. He could have just said like, I think your character's going to most likely be teetering,
Fighting,
or even
yeah.
if you like,
You
even
have
if you
to be
guys like
fighting the
flipped
dark
or
side.
something.
Like,
Like, you
maybe
know,
you could
if
be
you
good,
two,
but you're going to be fighting the dark side. It's like, okay.
right. But like, if between you and Andy, he just like, okay, you guys roll dice or flip a coin or whatever, and if you guys land on this, you're going to be kind of teetering towards evil, and this person's going to be teetering towards goodness.
So I want it to be corrected for the court. I did not call you an ass because you sent me a picture of the outside. I called you an ass because you took a picture of the outside and the snow on the ground, and you said snow in all caps. Ha ha. So, I think there's some important context missing there on why I called you an ass. You ass.
Order in the court. Order in the court.
Let the record show she's faking evidence, Your Honor.
I'll allow it.
Damn. That's fucked up.
But I'm letting you know now, you're on thin ice. Both of you.
Uh-oh, it's a filler mutball. We've been talking about your D&D game. I'm here. Your lives has improved. All right, man. Settle down. My life will improve in about 25 minutes. 35 minutes. I know what number I meant.
Mm-hmm.
I looked, saw that it was 6:25, and I was like, yes, 25. 25 minutes from now, yes. Yeah, no, I don't know. Tarnath. I don't know. That's all I got.
Oh, just Tarnatha. I'll try your nap.
I don't think, even with like Terran, I don't think I've spent as much time thinking about a character as I have with Tarnath. Before I got to like join their group to play that game, I spent 3 weeks coming up with how I was going to play him and what that was going to be like, and then all of that changed anyways. Chill out. We're not doing an oiled up episode. Chill out.
That's on 19 inches. 19 inches would hurt a lot. Oh, man.
I'm sorry. What? All right. So, what are the odds? I do wonder if Astraeus will just end up getting fucking punked this time around. Eros had too much time to prepare. He's gonna find the foils for Thren and Astraeus, and I don't like it. Or maybe he won't. I don't know. But he might.
Every character has a kryptonite.
Untrue.
True.
Untrue. Even Superman doesn't have a kryptonite. Read the comics. When Superman decides kryptonite's fucking stupid, it just doesn't work. I hate it. I hate this idea of introducing a weakness, but then being like, yeah, but sometimes the character just goes, yeah, but my aura's too good. What do you mean I scare you? Name one thing I ever did to you. That's right. You got nothing.
I don't know. Exist.
So you wore the cherry blossom shirt to D&D.
I did.
I just realized because you came into the call after that.
Yep.
I kind of forgot. I forgot.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I liked it. So.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. What do you? Grayson, what the fuck? All right, man.
I'm innocent, and I like to be sucked.
Get out of here.
You get out of here.
No, this is my Discord.
Get out of here.
Wonder, I've almost finished another Baldur's Gate thing. I'm doing a playthrough I've never done before. Very weird. I'm gonna attempt to free Orpheus.
Oh?
In the prism. You know, the other
Yeah.
Githyanki. Yeah. So I stole from a devil.
No.
Because, you know, he offers you the deal for the hammer, but you can just break into his house and take it. So I did. I didn't know that. I didn't actually know that was an option.
See, every time I try to release him, he just comes out and murders me. So.
Oh, well, so two things I did for this game. I have mods for a lot of things, and also one of the mods is levels mod. So my entire party, levels 13 through 20 exist now.
Oh.
So, because you're apparently supposed to do that fight when you're like 12th level. But we were like 14th level going into that fight. So we kind of dog walked him. Belt to ass. Eagles versus the Chiefs in the Super Bowl style. Jedi finally got his shoes, which is a W. The shoes I made.
I watched your TikTok video.
They could have been better, but I never claimed to be an artist. I think they turned out aight. The only issue I had was the diamond on the Harley Quinn one. I fucked that up. But I'm not an artist. I never claimed to be an artist. It's true. You almost doxed yourself? That's funny. Oh, you almost doxed me. It would have been not great, but it's fine. Because I think that just had my P.O. box on it. So it would have been not ideal, but it wouldn't have been like my street address, which is nice. And again, I don't know how many times I have to say it on the internet. But don't show up at my house. That doesn't end well for you.
Good way to get shot, Wyoming. Just saying.
No, see, I was talking about this, and it's like, I made this joke this morning. It's like, even when I move, don't show up in my house. Because you say it's a good way to get shot. You'd be lucky if that was my choice of weapon that I picked up.
That's true. You do have some oddball weapons in there that would be quite interesting to die to.
There's literally a fucking battle axe right there. Kind of forgot about that. There's also a baseball bat right there. Man, I got a lot of... And there's a chef's knife. I got a lot of weapons within reach. Jesus. I got a paring knife. I don't know, man. I don't got stuff. Galaxy, I know you won't show up. You don't know where I live.
I'll show up.
All right, man.
I literally could walk and be there in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That's if I walk slow.
But you want Dean? No. You will find it. You won't. No, I don't. Me no think so. Me no think so. Ugh. So, I don't know, Wonder, you got anything else to say? We really made this a D&D episode.
I know, right? It's why it's scuffed. You never know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
So.
Title, episode 261, the one with the D&D. Go back to the old naming scheme for the episodes where I was naming them like they were Friends episodes. That was so good. The one with the wonder.
Oh. Yeah, well, I'm usually here, so. But. Yeah. Yeah, I don't got much more. I just gotta get ready for the old meeting of the fire.
Ah, yes, bro's gotta go meet the fire.
Mm-hmm. Meet it head on all of the time. Gotta go give the fire head. I mean, something like that.
No, Jedi. All right. You know what? We're done with this episode. I I can't do it. Thanks for watching. What?
Enjoy D&D.
I will do my best, but yeah, thanks for watching. We'll catch you the next one. Peace.